All right, so let's get started. How to build a mega team. How to build a mega team. So in part one of this class, we established certain facts about the imperative of teams, the need for us to build teams. And we started looking at a few things. We looked at team building in nature, teamwork in nature. We looked at the ants. We looked at the hyenas. We looked at how to identify team players and how to work with them. We looked at 4 animals. We looked at the hare, the owl, the turtle, and the squirrel. We shared quite a bit about team building and identifying team players and working with them. And today, we want to take it a step further. I want to just look at some more things and we want to look at a certain philosophy that's important. Let me introduce myself again. So my name is George Acien. That's how it's pronounced, but people say George Acien. I'm not Ghanaian. I'm Nigerian. Acien is also a name that you see Ghanaians bear. I'm from the south part of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom to be precise. I live with my family in that city for now, though I'm well-traveled. I'm a professional speaker. What that means is that I speak for a living. I train people. I know how to talk very well. I teach, I train. I don't only speak for a living, I also train other people on how to speak in businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur. What does serial entrepreneur simply mean? I run businesses. I'll show you those pictures. I'm also a network marketer. I believe so much in the network marketing model. I believe that network marketing is a way to wealth. And I'm sure most of you have joined one network marketing business or the other. I believe in network marketing. It doesn't matter the business you're doing. I believe that network marketing is a business of the 21st century. And that's why I embrace any business that uses the network marketing model. For now, I am doing eCooperative. I'm also a social media enthusiast. What that means is that I'm very strong on social media. I like to use Facebook, Instagram. I spend a lot of my time engaging in social media platforms, doing business, seeing how I can monetize all of these things. I'm a very heavy investor. I invest in stocks. I invest in crypto. I invest in Forex. I like to invest. I invest in properties. I also invest in people. I invest in people who run businesses. And interestingly, I'm also a philanthropist. If you want to check out my website, that's it there, georgeacn.com. You get to see investment, all the things I do as a business person, as an investor, as a network marketer, and as a philanthropist. All right. So that's basically the summary of what I do. I'm a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a peak performance consultant. Peak performance consultant means that if I come into your life, if I come into your organization, I help you reach your peak. I have the strategies, the ideas, the concepts, the principles that will help you move your business to the next level. That's what it means to be a peak performance consultant. And interestingly, I've been training for 20 years. I was checking out 21 years actually. May 19, 2000, I did my first training at Yaba College of Technology. May 19, 2000, that's my first training. We had 73 persons in attendance, all right? And the journey, of course, I was very young. At that time, I was very, very young. I was about, was it 1920? I did my first seminar, and I've done many, many, many seminars, both around Africa. Let me show you some pictures to show. I've done live seminars. I've spoken to thousands of people at one sitting, 1,500, 2,000. I've spoken to few numbers of people. I've organized seminars around the world, around Africa, particularly in Africa and Nigeria. I've trained top organizations, DHL, MTN. I've had organized seminars myself. I've done trainings for organizations like I've spoken at events put together by Longreach, Norland, Chimol, GNLD, Forever Living Products, email. I've done trainings for their members, for their team leaders. I've done trainings for oil companies by God's grace. It's by God's grace. And because of my capacity, that has helped me tour around Nigeria. In fact, there's a particular farm that toured me around Nigeria just to be training their people, training their leaders, wherever. And for every training, for every part of the country I went to, I was paid heavily just to help them. So I want you to know so you can appreciate the quality and caliber of persons that you have the privilege of doing this. Now, as a member of eCorporate, I'm doing all of these things. I'm sharing all of these things for free. Now, I've worked with teams. I've worked with sales teams. I've worked with leadership teams. I understand what it means to build teams, what the challenges associated with working with people. And that's some of the experiences I want to highlight. I'm also a public speaking trainer. So like I told you, my goal also is to raise leaders who are speakers. Okay, so people who can speak and make their speeches meaningful. I have trained close to, in the last 5 or 6 years, maybe close to 1,000 persons offline. They come to my academy. There is an academy, and you can see in the pictures, I run billboards and flex for people to just come there and learn. They pay heavy just to learn how to speak better, whether they're entrepreneurs, they're leaders, the career people. My goal is to teach them, show them how they can speak better. I have 18 courses that I teach them in the space of 3 months. They come twice a week. I show them what to do, how to speak, how to pitch, how to give a toast, how to open a presentation, how to close a speech, speech preparation methodology, vocal variety and body language, icebreakers in public speaking, persuasion in public speaking, transition in public speaking, kinetic, prosody, everything that has to, I think we have the most robust curriculum in Nigeria when it comes to training you on public speaking. If you go to our academy, at the end of the day, you'll be thorough. You'll know what to do as a speaker. So I've raised a lot. We also have a faculty. There are other people who also teach in that academy. I say I'm a serial entrepreneur. I run actual businesses. I'm not just a theoretical speaker that would, acquire to have a desire so that you can acquire. No, I'm that speaker that also runs businesses. So I know what it means to pay rent for facilities. I know what it means to pay salaries every end of the month and to pay. I know what it means to pay investors. I know what it means to run fuel and generator, pay taxes. I know what it means to owe salaries, to lack, not to have profitability. I know the challenges of traditional businesses. By God's grace, I have a multimedia studio, a printing press, a photography studio, a public speaking school. I have several businesses I run, a car wash. I have things I do, a side hustle, and they give me monies to sustain me. I run an office. I have an office where people work with me. And so that's what I do for a living. Okay, I'm also an author of many, many books, author, curator of websites, of blogs, because aside the fact that I do offline businesses with locations where I pay rent, sometimes close to $1 million, my salary scale can be close to $1 million. I'm not close to $1 million, more than $1 million a month. My salary scale and my payouts every month. I have plenty of books and materials I sell. I sell crazily both offline and online, audio, videos. I sell to people around the world. And if you Google up top speakers in Nigeria and check out on Google, you'll find out that I'm somewhere around there. All right, so I've written plenty of books on business startup strategies, how to start from the scratch, how to sell anything to anyone, network marketing, how to succeed in network marketing, public speaking made easy. I have plenty of materials. I'm also involved in philanthropy because when we make all this money, we have to also give back to society. So every once a year, I go to the streets, I go to communities, feed people, give them food, medical care, all that. I give them food. It makes more money at the end of the day. Make sure you give back. We do that. We've done that for 5 years strongly. I'm also very happily married with a beautiful wife. Her name is Simone. I call her Fanta. And we have a boy, George Asian Jr., and 2 beautiful girls, Nora and Michelle. And then we'll do things together. She's also doing eCooperative. Maybe she's even here in this group today of learning. And most importantly, I am a member of eCooperative. What that means is that I understand the value of building teams. I understand the importance of money. I told you that there are 2 intelligence that you must have. 2 intelligence you must have in this life. Life is about 2 intelligence. The first intelligence is financial intelligence. The second intelligence is relationship intelligence. Investment intelligence or financial intelligence. The second intelligence is relationship intelligence. And when we talk about relationship intelligence, it means quite a lot. Number one, it means your ability to attract quality people. You must be willing and able to attract quality people, attract them to work with you, attract them to do business with you. As a matter of fact, your current level is a reflection of your relationships. As a matter of fact, who you are right now, where the people that are around you are just attracted towards the kind of person that you are. So if you don't like the people that are around you, most likely your core, your inner person has attracted them. I've told you that before. I've also told you that relationship intelligence is your ability to break into circles of people that are better than you, deliberately going into circles, going to communities, entering into places where they are better than you so they can stretch you. It's called the law of levels. Your friend's level is your level. Your friends place a lead on how far you can go. You cannot be bigger or better than the friends that you are associated with. And this is another level of intelligence. Always deliberately going into places of people that are better, smarter than you. That is you being relationship intelligent. We also said number 3, that relationship intelligence is your ability to explore and exploit your contacts, to explore and exploit your network, your willingness to go and check your phone, check out who you know, who they know. It's not just about who you know, it's that whether they know you. Deliberately breaking in, understand that your network determines your net worth. Understand that your contacts determines your contracts. Understanding that your friends determines the funds available to you. You are very conscious about your network, your contacts. All right, that's also being smart. That's also relationship intelligence. And fourthly, relationship intelligence is your ability to synergize, to work with people as a team, to be a good team player and to be a good leader. To be a good team player, to be a good leader, to be a good follower and to be a good leader, to be able to model, to be able to work with people, to synchronize, to harmonize, to form unison, to be united is a key skill. And why I like ecooperative.africa is because it brings together these 2 intelligence that life is all about. The first intelligence that in eCooperative, you are told to invest. You know, if what you have is not big enough to be called harvest, make it a seed. That 2K is the seed capital. We're conscious, we are seed conscious. We don't pass over opportunities repeatedly. We're always trying to invest, trying to do something. All right, we're invested. There's a lot of investment opportunities on eCooperative. Learning how to, invest in the forex, in the crypto, downloading our big knobs so that we can save in crypto. Investment, as in buying things so that we can sell in the e-commerce platform. That's investment. The relationship, we're told to build a team because together we can achieve more. In eCooperative, we're told that 1 is too small in number to achieve greatness. In eCooperative, we're told that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. In eCooperative, we're told that networking is important. So there's also a networking part of eCooperative. So eCooperative fully contains those 2 intelligence that you need to have in life. That is why I am doing it, because I understand it. So I saw this picture some time ago, and I want us to look at this picture very carefully. Now, this picture got at me when I saw it in one of my senior friends' Facebook. I decided to copy it. Look at what the first picture is: you standing alone. You're asking, oh, I need you to support me. I need you to support me. I'm going to do that. I'm doing eCooperative. And then look at the place, is so blank. Nobody's answering you. The friends and family you thought that would support you, they're not supporting you. The colleagues are not supporting you. People that you thought can do the business, they won't turn their back at you. And then for whatever reason, you went ahead, you forged ahead, and you tried your best, and you achieved success. And look at the next part. Congratulations. Everybody, I knew you can do it. Well done. Congratulations. Blah, blah, blah. But that's a good picture of this image. But I have another interpretation of this image I want to share with you. The second interpretation of this image is that, okay, fine, this is a good one. Support, nobody supporting you. Congratulations, a lot of people are congratulating you. Me, I'm thinking that guy that is solo lacks leadership. Lacks leadership deficiency. He does not have the ability to get to people. You have to find a way to get the support, because 1 is too small in number to achieve greatness. My second interpretation of it is that you may not succeed enough to get that large number of people congratulating you, because you will burn out. You have to find the convincing power. You have to find the leadership dexterity. You have to find the wherewithal to get people to support what you're doing. That is what really makes you a leader. That is how you win big time. So that they're not only giving you congratulations, they are thanking you for helping them to also succeed when you succeed. So we have to discuss the concept of leadership. John C. Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership. If you're going to build a mega team, you need to understand leadership, not just sales. When you sell, your selling is linear. You're selling one-on-one. You can sell. You can be a good achiever. Because, achievement is different from leadership. Being an achiever is different from being a leader. And you see a lot of people in our network marketing businesses that we know of, all they are is just achievers. When they achieve their ranks, when they get their cars, when they get their rewards, whatever they get, they just abandon their people, they use people to climb up. They are simply achievers. And the people that they have, very soon they see another opportunity, they come back to you and tell you, oh, there's a new one, there's a new one in town. They begin to jump from one place to another, and you follow them. And at a certain point, you become disillusioned. Why am I following this person? They're the ones that make multi-level marketing look bad, because these guys, because of the influence they've had over time, they use it to exploit people. So that's not leadership. Leadership is not just about you achieving alone. What truly makes you a leader is when you achieve with people. So leadership is achieving with people. Whatever you've achieved is not good enough until you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 100 people that have also achieved the same thing. That's when you're a leader. If you qualified for a car in your business, you must make sure that many other persons have qualified for cars in the business before you let them go. If you get the 4.6 million naira in eCooperative, you must make sure your direct 4 get your own 4.6 million naira before you let them go, and on and on. So leadership is very vital if you're going to build a team and a mega team. Leadership is very important. That consciousness of leadership. Leadership is what will make leadership, and teamwork is what makes things happen. Let me read this very important quote by Andrew Carnegie. Now, Andrew Carnegie was a wealthy man. In fact, in 1906, he was one of the wealthiest men in America. And he said something striking. It's pretty long, but please bear with me. I like to read it. He said, teamwork is the ability to work together towards a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments towards organizational objectives. It is the fuel that allows common people to attain uncommon results. I like to repeat it for emphasis. Teamwork is the ability to work together towards a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishment towards organizational objectives. It is the fuel. Teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to attain a common result. This man was a billionaire in the 1900s. I mean, you talk about Andrew Carnegie, you talk about John Rockefeller, you talk about this man. He was a steel magnate. He had a massive, he was among those people who was moving steel, who used to produce and manufacture steel years ago for America. And he saw the impact and the importance of teamwork. Last time we spoke about what Steve Jobs said about teamwork. Look at what George Sheen says. George Sheen says that there is no such thing as a self-made man or woman. You will reach your goals only with the help of others. And that's the truth. You need people to help you. You need to be able to gather people together to get them to work with you for you to succeed. There is no such thing as a self. I didn't know. No, check very well. Somebody supported you. Somebody gave you the push. Somebody gave you the encouragement. Somebody gave you the link. Somebody gave you the direction. And this is so important. Now, so if you're going to build a massive team, if you're going to build a huge team, you must first understand leadership. And let me say this. Leadership begins with personal discovery. Finding out who you really are. Finding out what you really are. There's a difference between who you are and what you are. Who you are is who you attract. Remember, we talked about the law of attraction, the law of magnetism. You don't get who you want in life. You don't get what you want in life. You get who you are and what you are. So you first thing you want to do is find out who are you. You are a living magnet. You are attracting people consistent with who you are. So you have to first discover your hidden abilities. You have to first discover your true essence. So leadership begins with personal discovery. A few things you want to discover. First of all, you want to discover your identity. We talked about a few things. Whether as a team player, as a leader, you got to discover your identity. We talked about different kinds of team players. We said the first team players are HOTS. These people are idea driven. So I want to ask yourself that question yourself. As a team player, am I an ideas-driven person? Am I a solution-giving person? Am I that person that always likes to bring out ideas, and then lose steam, lose excitement? You want to find out about yourself. We said that we have another set of persons called the owls. These guys take ideas and they map out plans. Is that the kind of person I am? Then we also said that we have the third set of people called the turtles. The turtles are people who know how to poke holes. They are fault finders. They keep, they are picky. They are very critical, analytical, almost to the extreme, but they have a role in project management and in project execution. And you cannot just relegate them to the background. So you want to find out yourself, am I also a turtle? Do I have turtle tendencies, critical tendencies to me? And the next thing you want to find out is, okay, squirrel, am I follow through? Am I that guy that knows how to finish? I may not be a very creative, solution-driven person like the hare, or a planner like the owl, or critical and analytical like the turtle, but if you give me a finished job, I can finish through. Am I the squirrel? So you have to identify what kind of team player you are. That is part of identity discovery. Beyond that, you want to find out what kind of person are you? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a manager? Are you a marketer? You have to find out those things. Identity, discovering the kind of person that you are is very important. Then you also want to find out your space. Where is your location? Some people are very good with one-on-one. They may not be very good talking to a group of people, but they are good talking to one-on-one. There's a man called Randy Gage. Randy Gage was the man who took multi-level marketing to Cyprus. He and a man called Eric Worre. Most of you have heard of Eric Worre. Eric Worre is the author of the book Go Pro, and it's very popular today. Eric Worre and Randy Gage, they took network marketing, they took a business called Agile, they took it to Cyprus. They were the first persons that took it to Cyprus. While Eric Worre liked to do seminars and talk in groups, Eric Worre would sit down with people one-on-one and raise leaders. He was one of the best persons who would do one-on-one conversations with people in their homes, and he was raising massive leaders. So you want to find out, is that my space? Am I a one-on-one person, or am I a public speaking person? There are some people who are behind the scenes. They may not necessarily see you face to face, but they know how to do Zoom calls, WhatsApps. They know how to do those kind of things. Identify your space. They are more digital marketing driven when it comes to marketing, whether it is network marketing or whatever kind of marketing it is. Then you want to discover your competence. What's your ability? Leadership begins with first discovering yourself. You want to discover your temperament. Of course, for those of you who are acquainted with the theory of temperaments, we have the sanguine, we have the choleric, we have the melancholic, we have the phlegmatic. I'm not going to go into those details, but those are the four major temperaments that we have: sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, and melancholic. Those are four major. And you want to find, where am I? What blend do I have? That's part of discovering yourself. You have to discover yourself. Another thing you want to find out, there's something called birth order, BIRTHORDER. Birth order. There's a way firstborns, as a firstborn child, there's a way you approach life. There's a way you engage life. If you're firstborn, there are certain things. Go and look for the book, birth order. Go and Google it up. Birth order. There's a thing about firstborns and how they respond. There's a thing about first sons. There's a thing about first daughters. There's a thing about second children, second borns, second daughters, how they behave, how they almost like feel cheated, middle children. There's a thing about last born. So you want to find out, where do I fall in, and are those characteristics about my birth order affecting and influencing my business, or can they affect my business? Can they affect my marriage? Most of you are involved in marriages. You are firstborn. Your husband is firstborn. You are firstborn, and it's affecting the kind of marriage that you're having. It's affecting, sometimes you're clashing because most of you have always been the ones in authority. Now you have to submit to those concepts of birth order. Is part of discovery. That's what determines whether you're a leader or not. Does this make sense to you? So until you lead yourself, you cannot lead others. For you to be able to build a mega team, you have to find yourself. You have to lead yourself. Lead yourself first. It's important. You have to lead yourself, discover yourself first, develop yourself first, work on yourself first before gain that victory over yourself before you can now say, okay, people follow me. Because team building is about people following you. Team building is because, I say how to build a mega team, because you're the one building a mega team. It's about people following. People will not follow you if you have not first led yourself. All right, so now the size of your team is a reflection of your leadership. The size of your team is a reflection of your leadership. One of the things I like about network marketing generally is that network marketing reveals your leadership deficiency. It shows us how much of a leader you are or how much of a leader you are not. When you say people are not following you, it's because you're not truly a leader. So when you look at your dashboard, when you go to your metrics and you see the number of people there, the number of level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, that is a reflection of the size of your leadership, how good a leader you are. If you go there, you see you're only in level 1 and level 2, it means that you're not truly a leader as you claim to be. So the size of your team, the size of your church, the size of your organization, the size of your network marketing business, the size of people that you can control is a reflection of the quality of your leadership. That's why for me, I don't criticize pastors. It's not easy. Go and start a church and you know that it's not easy to lead men. It's not easy to get to, you have 50, you're struggling with all kinds of issues, conflict, you're trying to get them to work together. Now people are leading 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. That is a reflection of the quality of the leadership. You cannot build a mega team until you're first a leader. You have to lead yourself. Because let me just go to this next point. The quality of your team. Now, not just about the size of your team, because you can have a large team and they're not quality. You can have a team that is filled with people, but you don't have quality. Now, let me say this about, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Most people think that because you're very popular, people follow you. That's not true. People can follow you. But when it comes to network marketing, it's not about the number of people that follow you on social media. It's not about the number of people that follow you in different platforms. It's about the number of leaders you can raise. In network marketing, it's not about followership per se, or the crowd. It's about your ability to duplicate. So you're saying you're an influencer, you're a social media influencer, and you say, oh, come, let's do eCooperative. And the crowd follows you, but they don't understand the business enough to do the same thing and duplicate. You will end up becoming frustrated. Yes, you may achieve your money, but they will not achieve your money, that money, and then they will have problem with you. But somebody else who is not a star power like you shows up and is not focused on the crowd, it's focused on selecting quality people that can also duplicate like he's doing. He'll get more results, earn more money, have his people also get more money. So it's not about whether you have a crowd or not that determines whether you succeed in building a mega team. You can have a team of followers or you can have a team of leaders. So that's it. So the quality of your team determines the quality of your leadership. Now, I want to say this also very importantly, because you see, as you progress in building your team, you must understand this about leadership and about team building. The best form of leadership is modeling. I'm not talking about catwalking here. I'm talking about being the example. Being the example. Being the example. Being the example. The best sermon is the example. Modeling is your ability to show, to be a role model of what a network marketer will be. To be a role model of what follow-up is like. To be a role model of what presentation is like. To be a role model of what prospecting is like. To be a role model of what leadership is like. To be a role model of how to handle conflicts. To be a role model, you have to be a role model. You cannot, so people will follow, people will do what they see their leader do. John Maxwell says that the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. The energy of the leader is the energy of the team. If you're complaining that there are no people doing the business, whatever, there's the same thing they'll be saying. But if you're always focused, moving ahead, developing yourself, focus on growth, focus on knowledge, the same thing will happen to your team people. People do what people see. And the best form of leadership is modeling. Because when you model, that's when you copy, when people can copy you, when you can model it and people can copy you, when you can model the example, become the epitome of what you want others to be, they will also copy you. And once everybody is copying themselves, once everybody is copying the culture, once everybody's copying the strategies, once everybody's copying the tricks, we are going to start recreating excellence. Excellence will be duplicated. Modeling is the study of excellence, or modeling actually births excellence. It allows excellence to be replicated, to be multiplied. When we model it, so you discover that I tell people, I say, look, when you want to do my business, for my own business, for my own ecooperative business, don't tell anybody about the business. And that's not my goal for you. That's my own team. I don't know about your own team. Invite them to come and hear me. Invite them to come and hear me. Just keep doing that. So your problem should be inviting people to come for seminars. Your challenge, come on, invite them to come and hear. Invite them to watch a video. Invite them to watch and listen to an audio. Invite them to just learn how to invite people. The one skill that network marketers need to have, people who want to build mega team should learn how to invite. That's number one. And teach your people to do so. As you invite people to come to listen to the upline talk about the business again and again, you will start having understanding. You will start having understanding. You will start having clarity. Very soon, you will also be the ones that will tell others, as you go to talk to people, don't tell them about the business. Invite them to come and listen to me. If everybody is doing that, we will create excellence. We will recreate excellence. So modeling is our ability to recreate. Actually, modeling bets excellence, duplicates excellence, is very vital. Very, very vital. So modeling is your ability to copy exactly what works. Copy the person who is getting it right. Copy the person. And this business of network marketing, or in this business of building mega teams, you need to learn to copy. You need to copy what works. Don't try to reinvent the wheels. Just copy. I've discussed this earlier, and I think it's very important, because leadership is that, like I said earlier, people do what people see. The speed of any team is determined by the speed of the leader. The speed of any team determines by the speed of the leader. The creativity of any team is determined by the creativity of the leader. If a team is slow, check, the leader has slowed down. Now, beyond that, beyond just discovering, beyond just modeling, which is important to building a mega team, another very important thing you must do when it comes to building a team is understand that leadership is improving yourself and others through Kaizen. Now, if you notice, the word Kaizen is in red letters. And when we advertised this program, I deliberately did not explain what Kaizen means, because I wanted some people to go Google, check out some things. I want people to know, what is this Kaizen? What is this Kaizen? Kaizen is a word that you like and you must adopt if you're going to build a mega team. Kaizen, what does Kaizen mean? This is the real way Kaizen is written. It is a combination of two words, and it is Japanese in origin. It is from Japan. And the first Kai, that's the sign there, is change or improvement. And then Zen is good. So they say in Japan, improvement is good, or change is good. Good change, good improvement. Why was this philosophy? Why is this word very important? It is important because during the Second World War, for those of us who know history, the world has gone through two major world wars. The First World War was between 1914 to 1917. I mean, that's where practically the world powers got into war and nations were destroyed, people died. The Second World War began between 1939 to 1945. And that World War, one of the key proponents of the World War was a man called Adolf Hitler. I'm sorry for those of you who don't like history, but this is very important to know. Adolf Hitler wanted to destroy Jews, and for whatever reason, the world got into war. And people were killing themselves. Most of our great-grandfathers went for that war, and people died in their thousands. Jews, about 6 million Jews were killed in different parts of the world. The height of it was when Japan, pay attention, the height of it was when Japan went and destroyed a certain Pearl Harbor. Most of you have watched the movie Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was a ship. It was a harbor where had many American ships. Japan sent planes that destroyed and killed close to 2,000 to 3,000 American soldiers who were also waiting to fight the war and destroy people in the harbor. It was so devastating. So because of that destruction in the Second World War, the then American president sent the first ever atomic bomb that landed in a place called Hiroshima. When it landed in a place called Hiroshima, the Second World War ended because the atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, literally killed everybody. The smoke and the fumes literally killed everyone in that city. People died in the thousands. So that was when the world powers realized that, America has a nuclear bomb that can destroy, and that's how practically the war ended. It literally ended the war. Now, Japan was devastated by that killing. And because the war had ended and they were trying to come back again together, Japan began to find a way to apologize to America. America also began to find a way to apologize to Japan. And they started to find Japan was devastated. All of their produce, the bombs so destroyed that their land could not produce things. People became stunted. It became so bad. So what America now did was, in order to help them, they now started saying, let us send some experts to Japan to help them in other areas. Aside agriculture, they can look at technology. And Japan started moving away from agriculture to start taking technology. One of the men that America sent to Japan is this man, W. Edward Deming. He was a management consultant. And his goal was to go there and help them come together as a team and begin to see how they can develop structures and systems. And when this Edward Deming went to Japan, he identified a certain word. And that word in the Japanese language is called Kaizen. And he told them that we're going to use this Kaizen to rebuild back Japan and to make Japan, that was a third world nation, to becoming a first world nation. And the man started. Let me just show you some quotes that he gave, this Edward Deming. He said, 85% of the reasons for failure are deficiencies in the systems and process rather than in the employee. Deficiencies in the systems and the process rather than the employee. The role of management is to change the process rather than badgering individuals to do better. He also said that profit in business comes from repeat customers. Customers that boast about your product or service and that bring friends with them. Profit in business comes from repeat customers, customers that boast about your product or service and that bring friends with them. That's what he said, a quote of him. Another quote, he says that, he said, quality starts in the boardroom. Those are very strong statements that this man said about management, about leadership, about team building. Now, because so how Japanese method of Kaizen would transform the workplace. Now, what happened was that the man began to tell them, let us use Kaizen. Let us focus on improvement. Let us begin to improve little by little. Let's not think about doing something big, but little by little, consistently. Like what we're doing in this 30 days acceleration challenge is Kaizen. Every day, little by little, and the impact is happening on the entire system. That's what we have in the last 36 days. We have 1,500 people who are actively involved. That's why we want to do another 30 days again. It's Kaizen, little steps. Everybody doing little things. Everybody dedicating 1 hour a day to build their cooperative business. Everybody, let's do the same thing. Everybody using 1 hour a day to call, to make the calls, to do the follow-up, to do the WhatsApp meeting. Every day, 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is too much. Let's do 30 minutes every day to focus on that particular business. Every day, over a period of time. With all of us doing it, we're using Kaizen, we're improving, we're getting better, and will cause an explosion. So Kaizen will birth transformation. All right. So it's about teamwork. Everybody improving themselves, doing little activities, cutting down on costs so that we can achieve the kind of work. So every time we talk about Kaizen, we mean management. We're talking about process, creating processes. We're talking about improvement, which is very core. We talk about edits. We think about Japan. We think about control. We think about Toyota, because this system was so massively used by Japanese. In fact, they embraced this man and made him go from one company after the other, one company after, to teach them the Kaizen principle. Everybody, don't do too much, just do little. All of us were doing small, explosion will happen. Don't do too much, just do little. All of us doing it. Let's create processes. Let's cut down on expenses. Start with what we have. That little thing we'll keep doing every day. And he kept doing it. And many companies came out from Japan because of the Kaizen principle. Lexus. I mean, most of us like Lexus. Lexus is from Japan. Honda, so Shiro Honda, who founded it, also used the principle. Acura, Toyota, most of us like Toyota, is almost everywhere. We have more Toyota brands in Africa than American brands. We have more Toyota brands in America than American brands. Suzuki, Infinity, Nissan, Mitsubishi Motors, Mazda, all of these brands were birthed, and many other things, to the point that Japan became a first world nation. So what happened to that man? That man, because of his principle of taking their word and using it in their company and their companies and their people, he was awarded in the highest honor in Japan by the Emperor of Japan. And when he even came to America, the American president also awarded him. They even brought him to, okay, that same thing you did for Japan, come and do it for us. So what is Kaizen? And how can you use it to build your business? How can you use it to build your own personal life? Because it's about improvement. Beyond that, how can you use Kaizen to build your team? It's very simple. These are basically 6 things that Kaizen, that this man taught, this Damien talked about, and you can use it for yourself. You can also use it for your team. You may want to write it down, or you may want to screenshot it. Number 1, everybody, let us brainstorm. Everybody, let us brainstorm. To brainstorm means to let us come up with ideas. How are we going to build this, make our monies? How are we going to hit our targets? How are we going to build a massive team? Let's come together. Let's come together. Then aside that brainstorm, we're going to standardize. We're going to come up with, this is our concept. This is our own strategy. Not every team will have the same strategy. For some people, they are coming in the business with 2,000 naira. Some other people will say, because they brainstorm, say, let us not start with 2,000 naira. Let us start with 6,000 naira. Let everybody that join our team enter at level 2 so that everybody can earn. Or let everybody that enter this business enter at level 3 so everyone can earn. So we come up with our own strategy, our own standard. This is how we're going to operate. We're going to do WhatsApp trainings every day. We're going to do Facebook advert. We're going to do radio advert. Or we're going to do live seminars every day. We're going to have team. You come up with that particular idea. That's the first thing you do, and everybody comes up with the ideas, those small ideas that you think are not important. The next thing is that you begin to measure. To measure is that you break it down. You cannot do everything at once. You break out those things into small activities. You do this part, you do this part, you do this part. And aside that, as we take action steps, we measure how much progress have we made. We begin to measure. We begin to audit. All right. Then third thing is you compare. You compare with others who are doing things differently, or who are doing something similar that seems to be better. You compare, you keep comparing, you standardize, you measure, you compare. In fact, you compare in the world today, there's something called global standards. Your competition because of the Zoom, because of video conferences and Facebook, your competition is in Belgium, your competition is in America. There's no more, my competition is in or in Lagos or in Badaga. No. Your competition is in America. The same thing you're doing, the same thing they're also doing. So you want to compare and look at what others are doing and see how you can extract some ideas, export some ideas, and do it also. Then also when you compare, you find out that, oh, whatever we did is not good, we want to innovate. So the thing is innovate, come up with innovative ideas. That's the fourth principle of Kaizen. And the fifth thing is when you've innovated, you standardize again. So you brainstorm to standardize the first time, you measure, you break it into strategies and steps, you measure what you're doing, you compare with others, you innovate after you've compared, and then you standardize again, and then you repeat the process. Those 6 principles follow the concept of Kaizen. So let us read a few things. Now, according to what Deming used at that time was this: Kaizen is a lean manufacturing technique that aims to improve process efficiency, quality, reduce waste, increase productivity, safety, and workplace culture. Workplace culture. Workplace culture. Workplace culture. That is what Kaizen is. Also improve that. Let's look at another very interesting thing. Kaizen is about achieving, pay attention now. I want you to pay close attention. And if you're just joining us, mute your sound because it's very, very important. Kaizen is about achieving improvements by taking small steps instead of drastic, radical changes. Small steps, small steps. Everybody, let's take small steps. Let's take small steps. That's what Kaizen's philosophy is all about. These small increments lead to big improvements over time, which is why Kaizen has been the go-to method for process improvement. Did you get that? This is very clear. All right. Now, in business, pay attention now, Kaizen refers to activities that continually improve all functions and involve all employees. You see, Kaizen must involve all functions, and Kaizen must involve all employees from the CEO to the assembly line workers. The Kaizen methodology first came into existence during the effort to rebuild Japan after the World War II. At the time, several US business consultants worked with Japanese companies, especially Toyota, to improve manufacturing. Their joint effort with the guardians of an American management consultant, W. Edwards Deming, resulted in the development of several new management strategies. Does it make sense? So Kaizen is not just about process improvement or waste management. It's about managerial mindset that involves every worker in the organization trying their best to commit to one small improvement on a daily basis. I wish you can get this. The concept of Kaizen is that in our team, we will do small things. We're not looking for big things. We'll standardize a process. We'll come together and say, what are we going to do in this team so that we can get mega results? If you're just joining, please mute your sound. Once we have standardized that thing, we have brainstormed. We'll have to, okay, please, if you're just joining, mute your sound, else you'll be kicked out. If you're just joining us, mute your sound, else you'll be kicked out. Once we have standard. All right, so let's continue. Once we have standardized it, we can now say, okay, everybody do 5 minutes, do 10 minutes, do 1 hour. That's what Kaizen is all about. Very simple, very simple process. All right, so what is we call it the Kaizen event. So what's a Kaizen event? A specific goal, short time frame, specific deliverables, dedicated resources, highly focused activities, continuous improvement, teamwork together to create radical change. Also known as, we call Kaizen event, Kaizen Super, Kaizen Bliss, Kaikaku, Lean events, rapid fire lean, rapid continuous improvement event. So let me start with Kaizen as on a personal level. So every day, for me, every day I must read 1 hour. I read 1 hour every day. Every day. Every single day I must read 1 hour. Whether I like it, whether I feel like it or not, is something that I do. One of my mentees was telling me that he he listens to audio materials 1 hour every day. Just imagine what will happen after 1 week or 2 weeks. And I asked him, what kind of material are you listening to? He told me he's listening to business, anything business. He has a series that he must follow. And he's not just listening to it. He takes his note and he has a big journal where he writes down everything. So he has a learning process, a learning program, deliberate program for himself. So at the end of 1 year, he's so full. You can imagine the kind of talk whenever he's speaking anywhere. He'll be so rich with content. He's using the Kaizen method, continuous and never-ending improvements. Now, for some of you, 1 hour is too much. You can say, okay, 30 minutes. And that 30 minutes, you concentrate your time and energy. So so you can do that kind of thing for reading, for practicing. For me, that is in public speaking, I do 5 minutes or 5 minutes audio podcast every day, or 5 minutes video every day. Just imagine the impact of 5 minutes video every day, 5 minutes just either to improve or to contribute to YouTube. If you do 5 minutes video every day to contribute to YouTube, the algorithm of YouTube will support you, and you have so many views. All right, so 5 minutes every day, continuous. All right, same thing with your team. Get your team to do one, make sure that you talk to at least one person about eCooperative every day. Everybody in the team. Make sure that we get to sign up at least one person every day to give 2,000 naira and to show the person the way. All of us are doing it. Just imagine the general impact it will have on your team. Just one sign up every day, or talk to one person every day, and then give a report to the leader. Oh, this is what we did. These are the challenges we had. Okay, fine. We'll keep doing it every day. Or do training 1 hour every day in your WhatsApp about the business. Different people every day. Imagine the impact. That's how to use Kaizen to get results in your life. Life has a compensation plan. Life has a compensation plan. If you keep doing a thing consistently for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, there will be an explosion. Life will have no other than to explode. Most of you have not given the necessary time needed to that business, to that ministry, to that organization, to this eCooperative. You want to earn, but you want it on a plot of gold. It does not work like that. Look at, everyone wants to be successful until they see what it actually takes. Let me not lie to you. To build anything significant, look at that woman's leg. There's something called ballet. They cover her legs and she can stand on her toes and she can dance with her toes. But look at her legs. Look at the bandage. Look at the badges. Look at the plasters. Look at the injury she has to go through, the other leg. But she has covered it. So success is that cover. You have to go through a lot to build a team. You have to go through a lot to build a team and to achieve anything significant in life. And that is the reality. There's no need to sugarcoat it. But the thing is this: if you dedicate your time, whether it is eCooperative you're doing, or it is language you're doing, or it is Norland you're doing, or it is Bold Gains you're doing, or it is Tianchi you're doing, or it's any other business you're doing, if you give dedicated time to it over a period of time, life will vomit out success. The bowels of success will be released to your favor. You don't understand. If you do something, it will. If you keep knocking on the place every day, knocking, something, a dent will happen in that place. Something will happen. Life will respond to you. If somebody's in the house and you keep knocking and knocking door, knocking, somebody will come and say, what are you? What's it? And open door for you. That's how you should approach life. And the same way you approach life by doing that small thing repeatedly, consistently, is the same way you should get all your team members to do the same thing. Keep doing it again and again and again and again and again, and then you get results. So the next time we'll have this meeting, we'll talk about this, the stages of group developments. We'll talk about these, the stages of group developments. We'll look at how you can build, a mega team that way. So my name is George Isen. I hope you got value today. I hope all this makes sense. I have to give you my profile to tell you that, look, what I'm sharing with you is very important and very vital. And if you're coming for the first time to this meeting, this is eCooperative. And I want to say this. Most of you would admit with me, whether you want to admit it or not, that the kind of information you've gotten in the last 29 days, you probably haven't gotten, I don't want to say, assume that you've gotten it. You probably haven't gotten it in any other multi-level marketing business that you've done. If I am wrong, I'd like you to tell me that I'm wrong. You probably haven't gotten it in any other network marketing business. That all they are interested in basically is just want you to sign up, just want to go and bring people. That's why anybody that tells you or that has told you that eCooperative is a Ponzi, he's not just telling, you know what, this is the YouTube channel, just go and watch 1 or 2 videos. But as you're going to watch, carry your notes along. Just carry your notes along. We have covered every area. One of the core values of eCooperative is learning. That's why you see that we're not very many in this group, because not many people can go through the stress of learning. That's why not everybody can become rich. That's why you are special, that you come, you burn your data just to get this information, just to write, just to crack the financial code of life. And then you listen to resource persons come from everywhere, and you take that note, and you go back and do it either in eCooperative business and so on. I'm looking at this number, and I realize that almost everyone here is already a member. In fact, everyone in this meeting is a member. So we know the compensation plan. And that's the particular reason why I am not going to discuss the compensation plan already again. Because I used to notice that every time we finish, I'll quickly do the compensation plan to explain to all, but I realize that people that have been coming are people that have still been coming, which is fine and which is great. So, but here's the point. As we begin to wrap up, we're going to start off we're going to use Kaizen again. But this time we call it Fit Gear 30-day series. And this Fit Gear, we're going to be not just me, because this one was me that spearheaded it. I didn't know what I got into. And we'll give ourselves 1 week break. Next week, we'll start again. We'll bring in Emeka Nobis, Adiola Kemi, Kelechi Anyalechi, some top speakers from all over Nigeria, to come and share again with us about different areas. That's the same way we have done. Then you can invite your people. Now, but this time it will be a little different, because on the 20th of this month, the e-commerce part will show up. Please, I beg of you, take advantage of it, because people are going to jump on it like crazy. How do you become a member of eCooperative, of the e-commerce? It's very simple. If you're already an existing member, you just need to click on e-commerce, and then you can upload. You can upload your pictures, you can upload your images, you can upload your trainings, and so on and so forth. You can upload, you can sell your bags, sell your shoes. For those of you that are in other companies like Longway, Norland, Tianchi, you can go to that platform, look for health, upload. I'm going to do a quick seminar at that time. When that time comes, we're going to get us to do that quick seminar. Put your stuff there, put your company, whatever, and then advertise it. Copy the link, share it on Facebook, WhatsApp. People can go there and buy. So you can do, and people in the community can also buy from you. All right, so it's going to be massive. Whether you're selling courses, bags, shoes, drugs, whatever it is, you can sell through that platform. And the privilege, because you pay 2,000. How do you get to do the e-commerce? You give 2,000 to somebody that's already in the system. You contribute 2,000 to somebody in the system, and you have access to the e-commerce. That's how you can do e-commerce. So for outsiders, they cannot sell. They cannot upload, they can only buy. But for you that is a member, you can sell. So maybe you've been worried about, I don't want to do networking. The e-commerce allows you to just sell. You can sell your car, you can sell your landed property, you can sell anything on that platform. That is why this is very huge. So get to talk to your friends. Tomorrow, that is the bottom part. That's the best part. You know the best part? I'm going to take one of my courses in public speaking, because my strength is not even business. My strength is in core public speaking and pitching. Why do you need to do public speaking? Maybe you need to talk to a group of people. Maybe you need to do a Zoom meeting. Maybe you need to do a voice note explanation. Maybe you need to do a Facebook Live. Maybe you need to do a group of 10 conversation. I mean, if you are interested in me teaching you just 10 things about public speaking tomorrow that will help you to move your business to convince people, write in the chat section, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested. I must have at least 20, I'm interested to do it tomorrow. Else I'll just wrap it up. Please, I'm waiting. If you want me to teach on public speaking, on how it relates to your business, how it can build you, I want to have 20. 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 Okay, I want to have 20. Great. I want to have 20. I want to have 20. I'm still waiting for all of us to put in all of that. Okay, so, oh, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Great. So thank you guys for coming today. I know that you guys have been amazing. Tomorrow will be our final day for this first round. Invite as many people as possible to come here. We'll start off by 9 and we will close by 10. We might get some of our resource persons to come and do their final farewells to us. I don't know how it's going to look like, but let's see how it goes. We're going to have a well-swell time tomorrow, take a little break, and then we'll resume again on the 24th of September to start the next series. Thank you, guys. I hope you got value, and see you. Or should I take 1 or 2 comments before we go? If you have any comments, you want to say, let me just hear some comments. One or two comments. 1 or 2 persons want to say something before we leave. Go ahead. Talk to me. Please put on your mic and 1 or 2 comments. Let's take one person's